You made your decision to do a PhD, but you're not sure where, which country, what topic, under which supervision. Fair enough. Nowadays, choosing the PhD is really overwhelming. You have now access to all this data, all these topics, countries, everything, lab, research group sound very interesting. That's exactly why you are stuck in the process of choosing, because you have all these options and deep within you know that it's not just about topic, it's years of your life that you're spending to do your PhD. Even AI is not helping that much because you're not sure if you are under the influence of how it is ruling your thoughts to choose your PhD. That's why I decided to record this video. In this video, I give you a systematic approach, something that is being used in project management and in the businesses, how they need to do benchmarking and analysis before initiating a project, SWOT analysis. Now we are applying it on you. Many people choose their PhD move based on the excitement, based on reputation, and based on fear of missing out. For example, this university is top, or everyone else is applying. The hardest part is the fact that after months or even years after you started your PhD, you just realize that you could have done this decision more with alignment with what you want and what exists externally. That's why we are going through SWOT analysis. S and W, these two elements are determining what your internal world desires, what exists in you. First letter S stands for strengths. Most of the people skip it because it sounds too easy. But the problem is that the question is not what am I good at? The right question is what do I have already momentum in? It's not about right match with what you've already done technically so that you can use the same techniques for your next steps as well, but it's more about what you are good at, what you feel strong at doing. For example, if you work with modeling data and you truly enjoyed the process of learning the method, analyzing the data, maybe your desired position is going to use a new method, but you already feel strong in learning a new method and have the motivation to go through this path again. So that is where you're not starting from zero or not even minus, because you have something to build upon. You know, progress in PhD is already slow, and if you want to start from minus, it takes longer. The second letter is W, standing for weaknesses. This is uncomfortable. Not people want to face the truth of what their weaknesses are. Even for the interviews, you say that, yes, this is my weakness, but I realize that it's there and also I'm working on it, I'm already progressing. But in this step here, for this purpose, we need to face the truth. For example, ask yourself, are you struggling with open-ended questions? Are you struggling when there is absolutely no structure? And are you the type of person who loses the motivation easily? Then, when you find a position, explore. If this position is already super new in that group, the whole university, nobody else has a specific experience, maybe not a good feedback loop, and also not a support or structure that you need to have. Disclaimer, it doesn't mean that it makes it a no-go, but upfront, be clear with yourself. Even if you choose such thing, irrespective of your weaknesses, you need to be clear about it to be able to proactively do something. The other two letters, O and T, they are what you need to take care of in terms of external factors. O stands for opportunities. For example, asking yourself, is this group, university, well known externally in the way that are they well connected? Do they publish regularly? Do they support their PhD students and they are actually having a good future after doing their studies there? Imagine you have the same topic but in the two different universities. And one of them is really isolated. They are super conservative. They don't want to go out there in the conferences, not talking about what they are doing until they publish and make sure. the other university, they are well connected, they are doing networking, they are really talking about their PhD candidates with the other people, and you can imagine what would be the future of doing the same topic in that university versus the other. And the last letter, T, standing for threats. This is where most of the people ignore and they get most regretful afterwards. Because, for example, imagine the threat is that the supervision is weak, the project is really unclear, and the environment is toxic. Imagine funding instability. And when you need to focus on your research, you need to worry about if you have funding to end your project. Instead of focusing on nourishing different collaboration, you need to motivate your supervisor to push this project forward, support you better. These threats are real and you need to be aware of them. Now step back. Look at all these four. You see that it's not about choosing the best PhD. It's about choosing the one which is most aligned, where you can use your strengths, where the weaknesses are manageable, where the opportunities are the strongest, and where the threats are controlled. Don't fall into the perfectionism standards. That's the lowest standards. But as soon as you are aware of the system and you are applying it for the positions that you are considering, you are ahead of 99% of the people who are just choosing some position in the air. Now what I want you to do is pause this video and bring a paper. Write down SWOT. And imagine 2 or 3 of the positions you have on top of your mind. You do it better later, but as an exercise for the first time, write it right now on the paper and bring out all the things coming to your mind about that position internally relevant to your strengths, weaknesses, and externally existing opportunities and threats. Do this exercise and have fun with it. You see the result of clarity and awareness that it adds to you and your path. This way, not only you are putting the right energy behind the application that you are sending out, but also you are more prepared for the application interview that you will have in future. My friends, PhD is not just about research. It is taking your energy, time, and it can bring huge amount of growth for your future. That's why you need to spend this time and analyze it, because you can start winning even before starting the PhD. In the next video, I will help you to incorporate the right mindset to win that PhD position during your interview. See you in that video.